Hey everybody, this is TutorMeMatlab, and welcome to your first tutorial with me. Through these tutorials, you will learn how to write basic code in Matlab and hopefully get you through your first programming class. Now the first thing you want to do is download the program. Do this by going to mathworks.com/products. Click on the Matlab link. Go to the latest version, which is R2010B. Download now. Now it's going to ask you to create an account with them. Go ahead and do that, and once you do that, you're going to download the student version, which is going to cost around $100, but if you're an engineer, you're probably going to use it in the future, so it's probably worth it. Now, I downloaded it already, and I opened it, and it looks like this. You probably already looked at it in your class, but I'm going to cover the basics one more time. Now, this is your current directory. This is where, in the future, when you create M files, they're called, which is where you store code, this is where the M files are going to go, and they're going to appear on the left here under current directory. Whatever files you have, they're going to appear here, and those are the only files you can access at that point. This is the command window. Here is where you create variables, you do any kind of computation. Basically anything you need to write, it's going to go right here basically. This is your workspace. It just shows all the variables you currently have and their values. And this is a command history, which shows all the things you've done in the past. So we're going to start off by creating simple variables and playing around with them a little so you get a little more familiar to how things work. So the first variable I'm going to create is going to be x equals 14. Now when I do that, when I press enter, it's going to reiterate what I just typed, and it's going to go x equals 14. Now when you write a lot of code, you don't really want to do that and make it come up in the command window every time you write something, just to it being copied down again. So a solution for that would be to go ahead and do x equals 14 and use a semicolon to suppress the output. That's what a semicolon does. It suppresses an output. So here I suppress the output, nothing appeared here as opposed to here, and I check my workspace and I have variable name x, value 14. Now this is very important because you will actually get points taken off if you don't suppress output. I'm going to create a second variable now. I'm going to name it y equals, and it can be a decimal point, it can be any number that you want, any real number. So I'm going to do 23.6, and I'm going to suppress that. Now I have two variables, x and y, x14, y23.6. Now when I type in the command window x and I don't suppress it, I press enter, it's going to show me what the value is. So now if I want to create a third variable and I want to say, let's say b equals y minus x, I'm going to enter that so you can see the result. I'm not going to suppress it. B equals 9.6, and now I have b variable, x variable, and y variable. You can fool around with whatever variables you want. Get acquainted with it because we're gonna move really fast paced, and you need to be very familiar with the idea of variables. Now, MATLAB has a lot of built-in functions, they're called, where they help you write more concise code and get rid of ugly things. So if you press backspace right now, it's not going to do anything in terms of erasing previous work that you have. So if you start getting cluttered in your command window, a built-in function that you can use is CLC, which stands for Clear Command Window. So when you press enter, it's going to clear the whole command window and get you back from the start, but it's going to keep all your variables in place so you can access them in the future. Now let's say for some reason you want to erase all your variables. You don't want x to be equal to 14 anymore. You don't want b to be equal to 9.6. You use a built-in function clear, and voila, all your variables are gone, and you don't have to worry about making mistakes in the future. So now if you type in x, which doesn't have a value anymore, you press enter, it's going to say undefined function or variable. Those are the three most basic built-in functions. In the next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create an M file right here. I'm going to ask you to create a program, a very simple program, and it's going to help you. Practice is everything in computer programming, so practice, 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 and I'll see you next time. I'll see you next video. Hope this was helpful, and we'll get a little bit more complicated. Don't worry, for anybody who's frustrated right now. Don't worry, it's going to get better. It's going to get a lot more interesting. It's going to be really fun.